Alright, welcome back to the Banished Court Magician Aims to be the Strongest anime review, episode number 6. One thing about this episode is that Alec does noteworthy in the episode that he's aimed to be the strongest. He does do that about the halfway point of the episode. So that opens up with, well, they finished mission, so he wants basically to do a tour of the town. Two members of the party decided to not participate per se because the last time they did a shopping trip, they ended up buying stuff they really didn't need. Like one bought 3 katanas, the other bought a giant teddy bear. So, and of course, Yorha, basically the red-haired girl who's leading the party, he goes shop with her and buys her basically an elf ribbon, which he buys no problem. Probably because he was afford because he used to be a court magician. I'm sure he probably got paid pretty well being a court magician. And of course, basically, at one point, basically during this whole shopping trip, by the way, they also stopped at a coffee cafe. This is interesting for a purely fantasy-based series because not something you come across when it comes to a fantasy-based series. This is the first, unless someone got isekai, I've never heard of a coffee shop in a fantasy show. Then, of course, basically, Clock Tower, you know, thinks that, Alex twisted feelings for her, but nope, not really. He just lost a bet, can't hide the feelings. And she's embarrassed by it, and then, of course, later on, at the meeting of everybody, then, they do explain why the other two members of the party don't like Loki. Well, they participated in a raid together in a dungeon, which resulted in, I can't remember his name, the one who's a male member of the group. He got his back burned by acid. Protected Eric Adventurer, which of course basically, like, Loki proceeded to toss away his weapon, despite he polished it. He done was too damaged, so he just tossed it away, which made him very angry, and of course, the girl doesn't like it because, well, he's a jerk. Yep. And then, of course, we see Loki later on informing him, and so far as one at S-Ray. And because Loki decided to be a jerk once again, he's paying the bill. And they keep ordering drinks it's like, no, my life savings! Yeah, that's basically how it's have here. The Yorha is drunk, and of course she's taken out of the room. Alec is taking her away. So the heal the group. Here's one team, including basically this famous veteran named Olivia, who's part of this party called Nameless. Yeah, part of this party called Nameless, where, like, she's like covered in wounds, so she heals some wounds, and apparently this is all caused not by monsters, not by some other raid. It was done by a group known as the Shadow Ghouls hunting adventurers. That's interesting because in the other anime that I'm watching subbed, the Backstep Backward Dungeon, that's also had an arc deal with Adventure Killer. So, then the episode ends with Alec meeting up with one of the members of Nameless, who, I listened to his voice, sounds a lot like Dallas Reed. He described himself as cute. Now, actually, but Alec is probably straight. I highly doubt basically he's interested in this guy. He's actually very girlish for a guy, even demanding he buys him 10 parfaits, and ask him to join him on a raid in the Labyrinth Dungeon. End of the episode. Interesting episode for what it is, and we're basically at the halfway point. Now, this episode was supposed to come out Saturday, and for some weird reason, I'm not sure why this is. I looked inside, I kept looking inside, it was not there. I looked Sunday, wasn't there. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, I look out and like, oh, it is there. Yeah, Crunchyroll claims it was released Saturday. No, it was not. It was released yesterday. And I'm kind of like, what is up with Crunchyroll doing this when they just delay a dub release for no reason? And they claim it was released, like, on that day, this way it wasn't? I know, because I checked the website. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, to notifications. So, I was hoping to do a stream tonight. I'm not sure if I do it or not. It depends if I get time to. I haven't heard anything with J Heat, so probably the last video, probably of the evening, is probably gonna be a comment review. But as of now, I'm completely caught with all my anime. Okay, peace. Next video, it's coming. Bye.